Fan Film Productions presents Star Trek Voyager, The Lost Episodes. Episode 1, Ghosts, Part 2, starring Liam Howarth-Mulgrew as Captain Janeway, Joan Wiseman as Kes, Mario Rodriguez as the Doctor, Brent Allen as Harry Kim, David Whitney as Chakotay, Stephen Parnell as Tuvok, Adrianne Grady as B'Elanna Torres, Jim von Dolteren as Tom Paris, Todd Gwynn as Vorik, Star Trek and Star Trek Voyager are owned by CBS and Paramount Studios. No ownership is implied in this audio drama created by Fan Film Productions. Episode 1, Ghosts, Part 2.
Kes, I have disturbing news.
I was afraid you were going to say that. Let's sit down here on the grass.
The doctor asked me to come speak with you. The phase shift seems to have sent your mind into protection, but your body is not going to survive.
But my mind is?
We may be able to place your mind into a container and keep you alive by artificial means. This has been done before on Earth.
I'll never walk again? Or wake again?
I do not know.
Kes was not afraid, but she knew her environment was not real. It was something her mind had created to comfort her.
It's good to be alive. Ocampin lives are short. But I'd like to go on living for a while.
As would the rest of us.
How is Neelix?
He is not taking this well. He is in his room. The doctor has prescribed a sedative, but he has refused it.
Poor Neelix.
At this, Tuvok thought. Such was Kes, never concerned with herself more than others.
Are there any other options?
I do not think so at this time. The doctor wanted to establish communication with you. He wants permission to place your brain into the support chamber. He wanted to make sure your brain was working right. He says it is a matter of urgency.
I see. Yes. Yes, of course. Tell him to do whatever he thinks he needs to do. I trust him.
I will.
Will I be able to see you again?
The mind meld should continue to work.
And although Tuvok could have ended the meld immediately, he didn't. He sat there for a while with Kes, who leaned over and took his hand.
Thanks for coming, Tuvok.
You are welcome.
On the Viddian engineering deck.
He's accessing the main computer.
Looks like he's running a diagnostic of some kind. He's trying to figure out why the communication systems are not working. Now he's checking the propulsion systems.
And if he gets the engines online?
I don't see how, but if he does, stun him.
You know, I'm not sure this is a him.
Neither am I, not without a medical tricorder. He appears to be scanning the ship's systems. He's located the last shuttle. Now he's trying to activate the ship's transporter system. He said something there that sounded like a curse. He's checking to see if there's anyone left on board.
Odd he wouldn't check for that first.
Not very logical, no. He's leaving. Let's go. Tom, are you and Harry still on the ship?
No, we've got 2 shuttles over to Voyager.
Well, it looks like we might have a problem with the Viddian.
Should we stun him?
Oh, great. We don't want to lose that last shuttle.
Don't worry, we won't. Vorik, get ready to stun him. If your phaser has no effect, knock him out.
Yes, Lieutenant.
Slowly, the Viddian makes his way through the ship, sometimes walking, sometimes crawling. Torres and Vorik follow. They follow him into the remaining shuttle and stand behind him as he accesses the control panel. Suddenly, the view screen comes to life and a moderately healthy-looking Viddian appears.
Please send a ship to come get me. This shuttle is a slow one. Why did the fleet leave me here?
They were pursuing Voyager. We will send the Targu after you, but you will have to wait a few hours.
Listen, I am still sick. I'm tired. I need medical assistance.
Then we have good news for you.
What is that?
There is a Federation female named Milana Torres. We have manipulated her Klingon DNA and have applied it to our own. It has shown some surprising results. Some of our people have improved.
Torres looks at the view screen in disbelief.
It appears to me that the Viddian on the screen may have a Klingon-like ridge on his forehead.
Torres to the captain.
Janeway here.
A Viddian ship is on the way and will arrive in a few hours.
Is the Viddian man still unaware of Voyager?
I think so.
What is he doing now?
He's sitting in the shuttle seat, but he's just sitting there. Wait, he appears to be taking a nap.
I see. Let's get you two back here so we can download those tricorder readings. We need to know how to access all the ship systems if we are to take the Viddian ship that is on its way.
Captain?
That's right, B'Elanna. We're becoming pirates. We're going to try to take over their ship.
That's not Starfleet procedure.
It wasn't my idea. It was Commander Chakotay.
On the Voyager bridge, Chakotay stands from his command chair. Lieutenant, we need to stun that Viddian.
What?
I know it sounds cruel, but we need to know if our phasers will have any effect on them. And we can't afford for him to wake up before the other ship gets here.
Understood.
Torres nodded to Vorik, who lifted his phaser and aimed it at the Viddian. The beam hit the Viddian, and he shook for an instant, but he was out cold.
Looks like the phasers will work on them, Captain.
Good.
And now we don't have to worry about the Viddian waking up for a while.
Captain, I'm detecting an M-class planet just a few light years from here circling a dwarf star. It appears to be rich in dilithium.
Janeway to Neelix.
Neelix here, Captain.
Harry has located a Class M planet by a dwarf star system near us. Do you know anything about it?
Just that if there were any people on it, they are probably all gone by now. Used for their organs long ago by the Viddian Solidarity. I think the planet may have been called Trilea. I've never met any of the inhabitants, I'm afraid.
Thank you, Neelix. Harry, continue to look for an M-class planet farther away. But we'll have to make do with this one for now.
In sickbay, Neelix is standing by Kes. He watches as the doctor pulls a Viddian surgical tool from the table and points it at Kes's skull.
And what are you doing with that?
Try to remain calm. I have to prepare her cerebral cortex prior to beam out.
Beam out?
I'm afraid her body can no longer support her mind. We have to remove it now.
Neelix, in shock, sits on a bed, eyes swelling tight.
If it weren't for this Viddian instrument, we could send her brain into disarray. Now I can begin the transport. There. Her brain and spinal cord are safely in the biocontainer. Temperature is normal. The donated cerebrospinal fluid has her brain floating safely in place.
What happens now?
Kes is alive, Neelix. Now I think you better lie down. This has all been quite a shock, and you need medical care.
Neelix looks at Kes's body, now covered with a cloth.
Okay.
Somberly, he lowers his head, tears streaming down his face. We see the doctor perform another transport into yet another smaller appliance with its lid open. Before the doctor closes the lid, he squirts some fluid onto 2 eyeballs and then moves to a wall unit and places the container inside. He glances at where Neelix is lying down, then resumes his work. In engineering, B'Elanna and Tuvok gaze at a panel. A display of the oncoming Viddian ship is there.
Using what was left of the Viddian database, we've been able to get a schematic of the incoming ship.
Excellent. This will aid us for when we attempt to board their ship.
Exactly. Here is where the transporter room is located. Using this console generator, we should be able to attach it to a panel and use their own transporters against them. Since we don't have enough power to transport the away team all at one time from Voyager's transporters, we could use the Targu to transport enough people there to stun them all.
How many Viddians will be on their ship?
According to the computer, about 50.
I will inform the captain we are ready to proceed.
Attention all crew personnel. The captain is requesting all crew to Cargo Bay 2.
I wonder what's going on.
Maybe we've decided to have a big party.
What would be the occasion?
How about being the only starship to be duplicated twice?
So does that mean there are 4 Delaney sisters?
Too bad they're not all on our ship.
Cargo Bay 2, They enter the cargo bay and see the captain milling around, shaking hands and patting backs. Finally, after some mingling, and the crowd quiets down.
First of all, let me thank you all for being so prompt. I know we have our hands full with the Viddians and repairs on Voyager. This shouldn't take too long. By now, you all know that we are all duplicates. Right now, the other Voyager is well on its way to the Alpha Quadrant. And although our communication systems cannot contact the other ship due to our phase variance, we have tried to use the Viddian cruiser. But it seems that they are out of range, and we haven't been able to reach them. We are still dedicated to the goals of Starfleet, but as for traveling 70 years to reach Earth, that has been in the conversations of almost every member of this crew I talked to since the other Voyager left the area. So, I have a proposal for this crew. I'll make this as straightforward as I can. I am proposing that this ship and its crew stay in this sector of the galaxy. That we remain a Starfleet ship and establish both a colony and a starbase. If we decide to do this, I want everyone to stop calling ourselves duplicates. We are still the same people as before. That hasn't changed.
A few crewmen look at each other and raise a few eyebrows.
I do not intend to stop trying to reach the Alpha Quadrant. We will begin a more localized search for ways to reach home. Searching for wormholes or whatever way can be found. In fact, I want to create a new department dedicated to long-range travel by new means. I want to take a vote, but the vote must be unanimous. If any crewman wishes to continue the journey from here once we have our warp engines back online, then either we will all stay, or we will make arrangements to get that done.
Isn't it possible, Captain, that the reason we can't contact the other Voyager is because they have been destroyed?
Anything is possible, it seems, but I don't think they are. I hope not.
How are we supposed to vote?
The top officers look at each other. Then one by one, they raise their hands into the air, starting with Chakotay. Within moments, throughout the cargo bay, all the hands rise, all except for Neelix.
Do I get a vote, Captain?
Of course. You are a part of this crew.
Then I wish to stay here with this crew and this ship.
Are there any crewmen that do not wish to stay with this ship?
Some people look at each other. Ensign Wildman holds her baby.
As long as I have my daughter, this is where I want to be.
And it seems we are staying here for a while. There is a Viddian ship on an intercept course with the damaged vessel. We are going to try to steal that ship and take it for ourselves. I realize this is not Starfleet procedure, but the Viddians are the bullies in this neighborhood, and I don't like bullies.
Crew to your stations. The Viddian vessel is closing in.
The Viddian vessel will be in transporter range in 20 minutes. All security teams to the transporter rooms. Set your weapons to stun.
Captain, what do you want us to do with the Viddians once they are all unconscious?
We'll transport them to the other ship.
The Targu is a sleek ship, just slightly smaller than Voyager. It approaches the damaged cruiser, coming alongside. Voyager rests nearby. In the transporter room, B'Elanna and Tuvok stand on the transporter pad.
Beam us to the arranged coordinates, Ensign.
Energizing.
In the Targu transporter room, a lone Viddian stands at the control station, completely unaware that he is no longer alone. Rather than use his phaser on the Viddian, Tuvok uses a Vulcan nerve pinch to knock him out.
That should render him asleep for several hours.
Good. This should just take a minute.
B'Elanna takes the LCAR's controller and places it on the side of the control panel. It clicks into place and goes green. Slowly, the display on the pad changes from the Viddian parameters to Starfleet.
There.
All 50 Voyager crewmen dematerialize from Voyager to the Targu. Placed at strategic spots throughout the ship, the door to the transporter room opens and 2 Viddians enter. Tuvok stuns them both. Several scenes of Voyager crewmen zapping Viddians ensues. Within seconds, all the Viddians are stunned. Janeway, standing on the bridge of the Viddian vessel with 4 security officers, calls on her comm badge.
Alana, begin transferring all Viddian prisoners to the cargo bays of the damaged cruiser.
Acknowledged.
The Viddians dematerialize from the bridge floor. In the Targu sickbay, Chakotay to the captain.
Go ahead, Commander.
I'm in the medical area. There is something here I think you should see. And B'Elanna, do not transfer the Viddian from this room quite yet.
Understood.
Harry, help me get this one on the examination table. Harry and Chakotay heft the Viddian crewman and lay him down. Harry gets closer and looks at the face, eyes going wide.
Am I seeing what I think I'm seeing?
If you mean this man looks a little like a Klingon, then yes. That is what I'm seeing too.
Sorry, gentlemen. I took a wrong turn at the morgue. All right, Commander. What is it you wish me to see?
Take a closer look at this man. Slowly she scans the face, noting the rough dark skin, the long black hair, and the protruding ridge on the forehead.
Commander, what is a Klingon doing on a Viddian vessel? Is he really a Klingon?
That's what I'd like to know.
Janeway to Torres. We have 1 male prisoner in the Targu sickbay to beam directly to the Voyager sickbay. And B'Elanna, once you have all the Viddians in the cruiser cargo bay, transport yourself to the Voyager sickbay as well.
Captain?
You'll see, Lieutenant.
Harry, go relieve B'Elanna in the transporter room.
Aye, sir.
Tuvok.
Tuvok here.
Tuvok, report to the Targu bridge. You're in command of this vessel for now. Make sure there are no Viddian bodies of any kind left on this ship.
Aye, Captain.
In sickbay, the doctor materializes before Janeway and Chakotay, with the Viddian on the examination bed.
Please state the nature of the medical emergency.
We have someone for you to examine.
Where did you find him?
On the Viddian vessel. He's been stunned.
Is this man a Klingon?
We don't know.
I need to collect a blood sample. This man is Viddian, but he has Klingon DNA sequenced with his own. And what's more, he shows no signs of the phage.
B'Elanna enters the room and approaches the bed, gawking at the man lying there.
Where did he come from?
From the Viddian ship.
I was afraid you were going to say that.
Is there something you know about this?
Yes, Captain. I mean, I saw the face of the Viddian captain during the time we were on the damaged ship that resembled a Klingon, and he said they have been working with my DNA.
Obviously, they have been successful.
What do you want me to do with him?
Is he injured?
No. He appears to be in fine health.
Beam him to the brig.
On the Targu bridge.
Mr. Paris, you may lock on to the Viddian cruiser.
Yes, sir.
I am arming the Viddian distress signal. Any Viddian ship within 50 light years should find it.
The damaged cruiser is set adrift toward deeper Viddian territory. Paris returns to the Targu and locks a tractor beam onto Voyager.
Paris to Voyager. Increase power to inertial dampers. Setting coordinates for Trilea. Ahead warp factor of 4.8.
You have been listening to Star Trek Voyager, The Lost Episodes, Ghosts Part 2. Coming soon, Ghosts Part 3. Produced by Starfleet Studios. Written by David Whitney. For updates on the internet, go to facebook.com/Voyager Continues.